Oh, how are you?
Nice to have you, Robert.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take it on.
Hello, everybody. So my name is Robert Hardt. I'm part of next47. I'm one of the partners of next47. And next47 is basically the venture capital firm backed by Siemens. And you see that they're powered by Siemens. What I want to do today is to give you a glimpse how we drive innovation and then transform this innovation into growth for, of course, its startups, for Siemens, and, of course, for you as Siemens customers. So that I will do that in the next 12 minutes. I hope then you get a glimpse how we drive innovation with the venture capital approach. So what are the challenges in the market? So you see, I think that's quite obvious. So when you would say fail to glimpse the future, what's going on in the world, and you cannot transform that into your own business and in your new business models, so you most likely disappear from the market. And I think that is something where we all think about how can we tap into the innovations we might see in the future, maybe not in the next 1 or 2 days or 2 months or 2 years, but in 5, 7 or 10 years. What is then really determining the industries where we want to be relevant with our companies and with, of course, with our customers together. So in order to do that, so you have to be connected to the entrepreneurs of the future, to innovations which are starting to grow and which starting to emerge. And I think what's very important is that you get a good indication. So what are the technologies which will drive this, I would say, new industries? And it's basically about new, technologies which are really going very deep in new areas, so like artificial intelligence, and you see that here at the Hanover Fair quite prominently. You see advanced robotics, you see cloud technologies, IoT technologies, and virtual reality. And the interesting part is it's getting more and more interconnected. But what you need is this deep know-how of those technologies. You cannot just stay at an artificial level. And therefore here at the Hanover Fair, you see technologies who are really connected to the industries and not just to the consumer world. But also the consumer world is growing into industry more and more. And you see here companies who come from the consumer world and go into our industries right now and work together with industry players. The other topic is those new entrepreneurs, what they need in the combination is also deep industry know-how to bring their technologies into real industrial applications. And when you combine that, you create massive opportunities for the startups, but also for you as companies who work together with those startups. And when you work together with them in a network, of course, you can create new opportunities in terms of new business models combined with the technology. You can, of course, create for your company new market capitalization. And on the other side, what we also see is you create new types of leaders who can deal with those technologies and bring them forward and transform their companies, but also their industries. And that is why we as Siemens with next47 have created this new approach to invest in those companies. So what we do is, so of course we have the classical investment arm, we call that capital. So we look for the best entrepreneurs in the market with the best technologies in the market. So and then of course we help them to get connected to the industries, to the verticals where we as Siemens with next47 are present. So we call that catalyst. So that means we use the global Siemens footprint so to bring those new entrepreneurs and startups into the markets, connect them with Siemens, but also with Siemens customers, and then combine their solutions with what industry really needs. And with that, we drive growth. What that does is, of course, not just driving the growth, it also drives innovation transfer from the startups into industries. And that goes fairly quickly, because when you bring together a startup directly with the users in the companies, in the industries, in the verticals, in the sectors. So then you create a dynamic where they together create out of the combination of, let's say, an artificial intelligence, basic, let's say, horizontal technology, bring it into the vertical application, let's say, of chemical industries, of food and beverage, of oil and gas. And with that, of course, you create new solutions for you as customers, but also new opportunities for the startup to grow into new areas. And the third one, what we do in Siemens is, so we help Siemens innovators really to use startup methods and to drive internal innovation faster than we can do that with our standalone R&D processes. And in the combination of the classical R&D with startup ideas, we speed up our internal innovation dramatically. So how do we do that in terms of real, would say, terms? So as I mentioned, we bring the Siemens ecosystem, and you see the logos of Siemens customers. So together, of course, with the domain know-how those customers have, and also our Siemens experts, to the founders of the startups, to the startups directly. So, and then we combine that. We focus with our approach as next47 very strongly on the founders' need and make sure that their idea can grow. And I think that's the proof point. If an idea in the market cannot grow, it has no relevance for you as a customer. You only will implement something which helps you to be more successful, to be more effective, to be more productive. Then you use a startup solution integrated into your processes, then you grow, and then the startup grows. I think that's basically how we do that, and we do that with the focus on the founder, but also on you as the customers of the founder, and of course also as customers of Siemens. And here are some examples of our investments. So we have in the last 18 months invested in a variety of companies in all those technology fields, and it's quite dynamic when you see how we select those fields. So let's say 18 months ago, so we were not really looking into cybersecurity because we thought, okay, it's more an IT topic, but it's becoming more and more an OT topic. So when we invested in a company like Clarity, and you find that here also here on our Siemens booth in the combination with a Siemens solution. So we are investing in decentralized energy, in Internet of Things, and of course also in so-called digital building blocks, so in new technologies for IT infrastructure that you can deal with the flood of data and process those data effectively, for example, when you need them for your data analytic solutions. And when we now work together with a startup, we create sprints for the startup, how we bring them in the market. And here is an example for the company Markforged here. So we brought Markforged fairly quickly after the initial investments we made into more than 15 Siemens business units, so that we also can show that Siemens is also implementing this solution, their 3D printing additive manufacturing solution, and then of course have a reference to bring that into the customer world. So we also help them to spread out in different regions, from the US also to Europe, and now also into Asia, and of course into Siemens customers, and you see here some logos. And with that, of course, so we close the triangle between the startup, the Siemens customer, and Siemens. So, and that is a very strong, I think, value proposition for all of us in this triangle. So, and I think that is not just, would say, a nice story. You can see that here on the booth here. You see Clarity here. So for the OT cybersecurity solution, you will see Markforged here combined with the NX CAD system from PL, from Siemens PL. How you can seamlessly design a product and send it to the printer and do that on a platform so that you can print decentralized worldwide wherever you need the product. And of course, you also will see it today, a virtual reality solution from Vario, so where you see the latest virtual reality, would say, a high resolution, high-end tool you can use then in the future and in a couple of months. So thanks for your attention, and I hope I could give you a short overview about what Siemens and next47 is doing in the venturing arena in order to help startups, Siemens, and of course US customer to grow with innovation and transform that into growth. Thank you so much.
Siemens, ingenuity for life.